Today is Sunday, May 11th, and the Yankees beat the Athletics. They win the bread. They lose the meat. They score a bunch of runs.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD in the corner. This episode is brought to you by SeatGeek. The Yankees scored a bunch of runs. They won the first game. They lost the second. They won the third against the Anywhere Athletics, who feature a lot of ex-Yankees. We're going to talk all about it. Jake, cool shirt. How are you?
James, Davis, everyone tuning in. Happy Mother's Day to the moms. All the moms.
The A's don't say Happy Mother's Day.
I think they
It was
do.
a game of who loves their mothers more, and the A's lost.
Yankees West, like you mentioned. Gio, Andujar, and Severino, lockers all next to each other. So that's pretty nice. And then Meredith, kind of ignoring one fact in the room, said that JP Sears' locker was not near theirs. And she said, I asked them what that's about, and they didn't really answer. And yeah, because that's the three of them are friends, and they're not with JP Sears. So it was nice to see those guys. Oakland, $10 in the jar. I don't know, man. The stadium was kind of fake. The series was late, and then it wasn't. And we had a historic moment, but it felt like it didn't matter. And Will Warren's pissed, but everything's kind of good, right?
Some big takeaways. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Only the good ones. I have seen a lot of highlights from Sacramento, and fuck the ownership and all that. Blah, blah, blah. Because last time I said this, I got people got so mad. It does look like a good time. The berm, the crowd is festive. It looks fun. It's been eye-opening with Tampa and the Athletics what minor league baseball is.
Yeah, right.
Because the outfielders are a mess. I wonder if, like, when you're in the bigs and then you go back to minor league, that's like a hard transition, and the minor leaguers have more mastered it. But every fly ball is an adventure. You can't tell on home runs. There's just a lot of elements I've been learning that is just like these games feel more like Fenway, where it's just like, hold on, ball in the air, and something might happen.
Right. Yeah, it's I guess, hey, shout out to the moms, shout out to the scouts of mothers, because how you understand why some scouts are like, I don't know if that person can play outfield at the major leagues, because it's a little bit different. And I guess it's funny, you'd think for some guys, I guess you get a little more regularity on fly balls, but yeah, I mean, we saw our guy Trent had a tough day at the office, and he's Gold Glove center fielder, too cool for school sometimes. But yeah, it was, I think you and I went in, we knew what Tampa had to offer before the season. Like, we watched Dominguez struggle with fly balls. We watched major leaguers struggle with fly balls. And then those first series happened, and it happened. They were like, I don't know, Sacramento, beer on the berm. That kind of always gets us. But yeah, it's a different brand of baseball.
Yeah, I kind of like it. If it was the regular, I would like it because it's adventurous and there's a lot going on. But seeing like your players who like usually catch fly balls, kind of like not even be able to spot them for a second.
Right.
And for anyone that is wondering like why, at the major league level, the third deck provides you a lot more contrast between the ball and the background as it's going up and down. And the lights are more full and brighter. And the third deck during day games like today blocks the sun.
And the wind.
Better. And the wind. Yeah, the sun, the wind. So the elements are just way more in play. Anyway, I mean, the Yanks offense looks good. There's some fun stuff to talk about with the pitching. They win a series where Fried doesn't pitch and they don't win the Rodon game and they won the series. Right. That's development. That's advancement.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Not much. No add to that. I don't know what I would add.
Yes. I was just pausing to see what would happen. I didn't need an ad.
I don't know. I'm glad they won the series.
Dude, me too.
Seems like we're lockstep today.
I said they were going to win the getaway game, have an awesome flight, and then win 4 out of 6.
Ooh, yeah. Let's get to Seattle in a little bit because they actually just got swept after winning 9 straight series, I think. And big Yankees series coming up against the Mets after Seattle. That I'm a little nervous for the Yanks, but we're not there yet, dude. It's Mother's Day.
Well, we were nervous to be true to the audience. We were nervous last series and this series, and they won both.
Well, I was nervous about the West Coast trip because the Yankees could take a 1 out of 2. Okay, here it goes. We're already on to Seattle. Good Athletics. Good to see you. I feel like you could see the Yankees do win 1 out of 2, and they say, a great road trip. We split it.
Yeah, but they're going to win the road trip.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I'm on to fucking the Dodgers.
What was that?
I was trying to skip the Mets, but I forget who's after them. It's like the Rangers and then Colorado or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yarbrough's so damn tall. Let's burn. Grounds creeping.
Yes.
Here it goes. Here's your grounds creeping. Boone said he doesn't anticipate DJ being an everyday player when he gets back. And DJ is still playing in the minor leagues, probably joining for the Mets series, if anything now. Not going to fly him up for just Seattle, I wouldn't think. But I don't know the pitching matchups. Jake Cousins threw live BP to Giancarlo Stanton. They said Jake Cousins is perfectly healthy. They're just kind of letting him stay. And Stanton is also there like he's good to go as soon as his date's over. Loaizaga threw 16 pitches in AAA today. He's going to get a back-to-back by pitching next Saturday and Sunday, and then he's probably coming up. Maybe that next road trip to West Coast. Asked about Stroman. Boone basically shrugged and was like, still hurt. Grounds creeping.
Yeah, the only DJ off the rip there, Meredith did say on the broadcast that he was coming out for Seattle. So as he played 9 innings today, as long as he did not get hurt in those 9 innings, he's going to join them.
And I said this before we started. I listened to all 3 of these games. No broadcast, like just visuals, 1 radio. So there's a lot of just visuals, no broadcast. Yeah.
You listened with your eyes, as the saying goes.
I watched them.
Yes.
So I didn't hear Meredith say that, nor did I hear Meredith say the locker room clubhouse stuff.
Right.
And that's fun. That's a good tidbit.
It was nice. A lot of Yankees. And it's so Andujar has kind of taken Gio's job as the third baseman, which is just, if you like good drama.
Yeah, wild. So Beavis is going to go down?
You'd have to assume so. He hasn't super impressed, and he has options.
Yep. All right. Anything else? Loaizaga really taking their time with him, which I appreciate, actually. Yeah. It seems like if they felt it was a rush, panic, like he is kind of ready, they just really want to slow roll it to make sure he's good, which injury history is his. I did listen to Susan for a little bit, game 2, and they were talking when Hamilton was blowing it, they were just pounding Loaizaga. Like they did the whole interview, a whole inning, just talking about Loaizaga's ability and like, because and Susan was like, well, yeah, when he's good, he's good. He's finished 1 season in his whole career. It's like, damn.
Losing plays for keeps.
She goes,
man.
he's closed out the season once on the team. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's brutal, dude.
It's true. We were
I know
shocked
it's
it came
true,
back.
but that's a crazy way to say it. All right. Should we get to the burns?
Huel! If you're constantly on the move or just tired of skipping meals, Huel has you covered. Spelled Huel. Huel! And their Black Edition, ready to drink addiction too if you get really into it. It's a total game changer. 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, high fiber, low sugar. Feel full, focused, and ready for your day. And how about a deal? 15% off plus a free gift at Huel.com when you use our code YANKS. Don't miss out. Try it today. Mornings are chaos, and that's where Huel can come in. Get the Black Edition. It comes up clutch, keeps you full and energized for the whole day. Start saving time and money without compromising your nutrition. Boom. Like that. Huel.com with code YANKS. That'll get you 15% off and a free gift. Go check them out. Terms and conditions apply. Skip the stress, not the nutrition. Try Huel today. Complete nutrition, bottled. Huel.
Be cool. Do Huel.
Huel.
Do Haas.
The Yankees would take their first ever road trip to beautiful Sacramento to take on the Athletics. Will Warren be able to give New York a useful start? And you're watching the A's, but if you don't study enough, kids, you get B's dough. Osvaldo starts for them. Top three, an oldie but a goodie. Goldschmidt goes yard. It's 1-0 Yanks. Jasson Dominguez, solo homer. Dominguez again, this time from the right side. Solo homer. Top eighth, we've got a third unidentified flying object in Sacto. El Marciano has himself a 3-homer game in grand fashion. Good news, bad news for Will Warren. He was great. 7.1 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 Ks, but a big overshadowing by the youngest Yankee 3-homer game ever. It's Warren to Leiter to Yuri. Yanks win 10-2 final.
The youngest Yankee 3-run home run game is such a good baseball stat that when I heard it, and still, I'm like, damn, wow, that's impressive. But in like, does that stat matter? Like, I can't share that with Katie, and I did try to share it with Katie, and she was like, is that, who cares? I was like, oh, okay, yeah. It's like that, it's kind of just an oddity.
Yeah, I don't want to knock the Katie meter on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Katie. But yeah, it's a fun fact. It doesn't mean anything for your career necessarily, but it's...
No, I was like very impressed with him for a while. I was like, damn.
I think you should be. The youngest Yankee ever, that's something. There's been a lot
like
of
youngest baseball player ever, there'd be more there, but like, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Rice had a 3-run game. Like it's just a factoid.
Sure.
But it's fun baseball stat that I'm like, yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
It would be cool if he is, though.
It would. There's some weird plays in this game. Kotze got upset a bunch of times.
Yep.
And so did Boone. That play was bullshit.
Okay.
So weird. If anyone missed it, Rice is on first, Grisham's on second. A ball hit, and the center fielder trapped it. Grisham saw it because he had a great view. He's at second base. And he saw that he didn't catch it, so he booked it for home. Rice has no view of it, so he's just staring at the umpire and going to base his base running off of what the umpire says. Umpire botches the call, calls him out. Then did the A's like get Rice out technically? Well, no, because Rice went back to first. So, and then they're like, we don't know where to place the runners. So Grisham doesn't score. He goes to third. He goes to third. Rice goes to second. It's a single. And they just act like that's no, I don't know. I guess Kotze's argument would be if they say Grisham scores is like, if you didn't call him out, he would have come up firing from home. But he was like sprawled out on the ground. Like that wouldn't have happened. But Booney didn't get ejected. Any other season, he's gone in the past.
Yeah, I mean, Sacramento vibes, bro. We're not doing that. The number one farm to fork city in America right now. So Boone's not going to bring that kind of energy. But yeah, it's a baseball quirk where there's it's something I'm fighting for in sports, but it'll just never work. But it's just like the rule of logic. And it's like Trent Grisham was full tilt on that play that they weren't going to throw him out at home. Bleday was belly down on the ground. So they end up hitting the sac fly, so Grisham's run ended up scoring, but it's a different feel to the inning where now you've only got you never know what would happen in the sliding doors of baseball. So yeah, a good quirky one off the rip.
Then Grisham catches a ball and throws it to Judgy with his glove hand.
Yeah.
Judge catches it, no issues at all.
Nope.
So it's a little bit lay out, Judge, and we can avoid some issues here. Kotze is like, he dropped it? What was that?
Yeah.
He had to just have seen the ball on the ground and not like witnessed what happened and then run out and be like, what happened? Because if he saw it, you can't argue like catch or no catch.
Yeah, I think you're just everyone in the moment's competing that, hey, there's a little wiggle there, and that does, something about it seemed wrong. So why not say something and see if you could get a young ump to do something dumb?
That, I don't know if anything feels wrong about it. It's maybe the coolest inning-ending fly ball celebration I think you can do, and I think everyone should do it now.
Okay.
If you can run and catch one a lot like a floater and then just throw it to like the infielder or anyone with your glove hand, I'm all about it.
It's a king of cool.
King of cool. 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 You got anything on this one? Besides obvious, like, there's some award stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Will Warren ends up in the awards. Yeah, the Dominguez righty homer was a bomb, so if you're trying to dream on that, 431, him from the right side. Yeah, I really like watching Osvaldo Bido pitch, but that's just like a personal problem I have.
That's a personal problem.
Yeah.
Who was the reliever that Bibas got his first hit off of, and I think Dominguez took deep lefty?
First
for the A's.
Harris.
The pitch that Bibas hit his first hit, and I think Dominguez hit his homer off, I think it's like a curveball or something, is rather bad.
Yeah, this was a the Athletics, we've been mad about the Yankees' depth for like that's been a rolling topic of this season so far, whether in the rotation or the back end of the bullpen, a couple guys subbing in. Yeah, it's just different scopes. Because a couple. I mean, I felt bad. There was a kid coming in throwing 100 for the A's, but like for a lot of major leaguers, it was just nothing. That he was. I think he finished off this game and the next one. Alvarado, is that his name? But yeah, it's kind of not competitive baseball. Which, hey, our depths of our bullpen did that the next game.
Hogan Harris, his curveball in the year has a 727 slugging against.
Worried about that.
It looks like a gimme. It looks like if the batter was say, hey, give me one.
Right.
Or like two buddies went to the field and were like, let's see how far you can hit it.
Throw me a hanging curve.
Yeah. Throw me not one slow and soft. So sorry, HH. Cool name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else about this one? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Obviously, they're going to win the whole series now.
Scar a stolen base? Sure.
Game number 2.
Yankees southpaws of old and new. Carlos Rodon looking to put together his 5th straight quality start against former Yankee J.P. Sears for the A's. Some oohs and ahs as Urias goes yard and rook to king 4 as he puts Rodon in check. 6 innings pitched, 4 earned runs on 2 swings against Rodon. But a little fortitude from the captain. Homer in the 4th. Homer in the 6th, a casual 2-yacker day from the big fella. And that homer in the 6th started a 5-run inning. A table cab for her and just Wells for me. Sack flies for both of them. And a bachelorette party for Peraza as he goes pole dancing. It's 6-4, but the Yanks get shark bitten. They pull a hammy, kicked in the mat sack. Fail. Yankees lose 11-7 final.
Fail. That one inning that the Yankees scored all those runs, Judgy got the deep homer, like crazy deep homer, and then had a long conversation with Volpe and then Wells and was talking about the cutter, and then Volpe sat on a cutter nicely and Wells attacked a pitch. Seems like they had something there to put together a rally. And that was fun and good vibes. And then Cruz, splitter Jake, looked like it turned into the nastiest pitch into like mine in the warehouse.
It looked like a Hobie Harris curveball.
It did.
It did. It's comical seeing the pitch location wherever you guys look it up, but it's the middle box. And Langeliers, who actually had a great series, and he's one of the guys you can't do that to on the Athletics now. But yeah, that was it felt like we've been waiting for the Yankees to get their like crazy momentum going since the start of the season. And when they came back, 4-0. Knicks fans are watching the Knicks get their teeth kicked in. The Yankees come back, 4-0 turns into 6-4, and it's like, yeah, well, that's right. Come this time of year, the Knicks usually have a bad time, and the Yankees usually have a good time. They come back, they're up 6-4, and yeah, tough by Sharkey, and then Hamilton and Matzik were pretty non-competitive.
Hamilton was awful.
Yeah.
Like, Cruz, at least, those are hangers. He's a great track record. But, like, he didn't have the bite on his splitter that he usually has. That's how you would sum it up. Hamilton just didn't throw a single damn strike. Like, Boone needs to bring him into a room and gave him the same speech he gave Warren and everyone else. Throw strikes.
Yeah, he 5-pitch walk to the backup catcher Parada. You don't love that. And I don't know. I guess it's something that's been too much on Jake radar. I don't know if he burnt himself out to Kurtz because all 3 of his best fastballs were in that at bat. But the rest of the inning, his fastball was sitting like 92. And Ian Hamilton, when he's been good for the Yankees, his fastball is 95, 96. So I don't know. I just feel like that's been too much of the Devin Williams conversation, and Booney hit us with the weather. I don't think you can do that for these games. And yeah, he ends with the strikeout on Rooker, and then they go to Matzik first pitch, hammered down the line. So tough.
Yeah, those two they're closer together than Hamilton realizes, or maybe even some fans realize. It's just like not good. And then there's that play. I don't know if this comes up in awards. The Dominguez play where that pitch. I know Beebs, you have that one. This pitch is the meatiest of meatiest splitters, even more than the Langoliers one. It just like falls nicely and then falls nicely in front of Dominguez. My read on this play is that's Dominguez being told, hey man, minor league stadium, or like him telling himself, let's not embarrass myself. A lot of guys are misreading balls. Just take it easy. And then just literally taking it easy. Like that's.
He's been scared on going in on balls this year. I don't know if that's how he's getting instructed, or I don't know if it's part of the learning curve, but yeah, that I think there was a little bit of a perfect storm there. Like you said, that was, the same splitter got hit for a homer the next batter. And it's Brent Rooker who's got the most righty power on the team. So I think Dominguez, I don't know. You see the big swing, you see a hanging pitch, it's off the end of the bat, so he doesn't get the good jump on it. And yeah, right now, and I don't know if it's coaching or Dominguez, but coming in on the ball, he's got very much, if it's borderline, do not dive.
Just like, don't embarrass myself here. Let's let him get. I'd rather give the single than tell him I'm so bad.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I hope there's an evolution to that, because that's got to be caught. And there's been a lot of those. And there's
couple got through Volpe again.
Yeah, Volpe's glove hasn't been as sharp as it normally is.
Yeah. It was for the first 2 weeks, but lately it's been getting got. All right. Now, all of a sudden, they got a must-win against Luis Severino, an old friend.
Well, the real must-win, Jimmy, is American Crew. Today's episode of Talkin' Yanks is brought to you by American Crew. Just like you need the right gear in sports, you need the right gear for your hair. We've teamed up with American Crew, the champions in men's grooming. I like that. Style like a pro. What are you looking for? Robust control? Like those words. The fiber puck is here for you. The forming cream? Sure. That gives you the freedom to remodel your hair throughout. Whatever you are looking for with American Crew, make sure you go check them out. Where can we get American Crew, Beebs?
We can get American Crew.
It's at Amazon. Style like a pro. Look like a champ. American Crew has you covered. Score your own grooming goals and go check them out. This is a little true Jakeism. I would talk to our team, and they were like, hey, we're doing stuff with American Crew. I was like, okay, and they're the stuff I use. They're what makes my hair looks like this. Not the goatee. They shouldn't feel responsible for that.
E-Tog.
Let's do game 3 then.
That's goatee backwards.
Have you ever seen a Sevy with the butterfly doors? Sevy with the butterfly doors. Luis Severino would hope to roar against his former mates. And now Yankee starter Ryan Yarbrough gets the pill this Mother's Day Sunday. And the Yankees would have Sevy crying for his mommy. Isabel's son, Anthony, with the RBI single. Yeety's son, Oswaldo, with a couple ribs in this game. And then Patty's son, the captain, caps off the second. Whoop, whoop. 5-0 Yanks. Yarbrough once again proves that meat is better than cookies. 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs from Ryan. And what a day for Sophie. Her boy, Big Ben, hitting the team's second grand slam of the series. It's Yarbrough to Yeri to Matzik. Yanks win 12-2 and take the series 2-1.
Yarbrough to Yeri. Wow.
Yeah, I know. I was praying they didn't put in Matzik. That's a little rude. Just because I want Yarbrough to Yeri. That's special.
Is there another Y anywhere that you could do if there's... No. Weaver is close enough where it would sound better than Matzik. Yarbrough to Yeri to Weavy. See? I did it.
Boom.
Matzik kind of kills it. Laffer? Laugher of a game.
Yeah.
A lot of award stuff probably tied into some performances. Any big moments? Like the Grand Slam, but at that point it kind of was already a 6-0 after 2, 3, 5-0 after 2, 6-0 after 3, I think.
Yeah, 2 5-run innings. You're right. I mean, the Rice one, you don't want to say lackluster. It definitely sealed it. Like, it was 6-1, and are we going to do one of these Sacramento games? Because we did that yesterday. 3-1 pitch. Judge is on deck, and it was a 3-0 count in that at bat. So it was kind of like I feel like bad things are about to happen to Sacramento, and then I just didn't think Big Ben would do it like that.
Is there a better setup? Like, is there a better pitch to hit in the world than bases loaded, 3-1 count, and Judge is on deck?
Yeah, I mean, probably not right now. It was well, it was actually funny. It was a beautiful 3-0 pitch. He like backdoored a cutter. I don't know if, and again, who knows where the intention was in that pitch. But then Ben Rice, man, that cute smile might be helping him, because some teams don't treat him like the way Ben Rice has been playing this year. Because why would you go down 3-0 in front of Judge? No, I think I don't know how much Goldie gets highlighted, because it's crazy we barely said his name, because he's just been phenomenal this series and every series basically. But he started off the second inning. That's the 5-run inning that essentially opens up the game. It starts with him, and then these are your Sevy got a little wild. There's a couple walks in there, but these are a little bit more of the Yankees we thought we'd see. I mean, after the Goldie leadoff double, it's all walks or singles.
Beautiful.
It can still happen. We were kind of told that could not.
Then you can hit him in, and Judge can just get single after single after single.
To get enough hits to have a rally, that's kind of what we were told.
That is what people said for a while.
The Blade. Beebs is playing it on the YouTube. Blade. I guess it's the right rule still. Maybe it's not, but the ball getting stuck under the fence, if you put your arms up, it's an automatic double. But he did it so quickly that they let it play out, and Goldie went to third, and then they reviewed it, and he goes back to second.
Yeah, same exact thing in game 2 when Belly did it.
Yeah.
Which was so funny because Belly threw him up so quick and then played it right away, which I guess if you're taught properly,
right,
that's what you do.
Right.
You throw your hands up and then throw it in. And was it Andujar or Urshela? They got to run off the board, which kept it a 6-4 game at the time or something like that. So, yeah, wild that same thing happened in back-to-back games.
Do we still need that? Are balls getting that stuck?
Rule. Sometimes they get like stuck.
Right.
In the minor league park.
Yeah. That was also when I was talking about like other funky things are happening. That was right. I don't know if that's to blame. Like you see that in big league parks too, but back to back, I'm going to say.
Sure.
Minor league, Bush league. That's Bush league, bro. That's common baseball smack talk from 2007 to 2016.
Yeah, you don't hear that a lot, huh?
Yeah, I think people have moved on from it, like old man talk.
Okay.
All right. Awards?
Yeah. Hell yeah. What do we start with? Pride of the Yankees?
That's the one.
Pride of the Yankees is brought to you by DraftKings. Use code YANKS when you sign up with DraftKings Sportsbook.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees. Pride of the Yankees. My pride of the Yankees that I'm handing out today, that I am proud of him, and it's my pride of the Yankees, is young William Warren.
Okay.
That's a great nickname. If you want to make it like a long nickname, young William Warren. Sounds like a Civil War hero.
Yeah.
Saved the day. Young William Warren. Anyway, Warren, 7.1 innings pitched, 1 earned runs, 1 walk. He's throwing strikes. The biggest change, he got to face a decent amount of righties, and he threw his sinker more than he's ever thrown his sinker and early. I think he started, I don't know how many plate appearances they had against him. Righties. I think there was 2 at-bats against righties that he did not throw his sinker first pitch. And it led to some hard hit balls, but like at you balls. So he got ground outs. He got a hot shot right back to him, filled up the zone, and then was able, like the pitch mix was different, especially to the righties. And I appreciated that. Lefties are still hitting him pretty hard. And so he's just still doing that mirror thing that Clark did. But hey, Cookie's gone, man. You're still here, but people are getting cut. Pick it up. And he did. Needed this.
Yeah, there should be hope for Will Warren. A lot of the pitching nerds like what Will Warren's stuff is doing, how he profiles. We're Yankee fans and we want to go, and we are having real trouble with our depth. It's putting Max Fried in a bad spot and Rodon in a bad spot. And thank God they both went nuts for their last 5 starts. Otherwise, the Yankees would have been put in some bad spots. A big one for Will Warren, 7.1, 87 pitches. Could have pushed, didn't push. Give him a win on the day. Let's see the evolution. I know I made the comparison to he constantly gets compared to Clark because same farm system, right-handed. A little boring in their approach. I don't know, not in a bad way. But yeah, that Clark, I believe, is the 23 season where he was bad through mid-May, and then he turned it around. So hopefully we see some progression in Will Warren. And hey, look at what we saw the rest of this series. I know there's a lot of people listening that are like, the A's, they don't have a home, blah, blah, blah. The Athletics can hit a little bit. And in that stadium, kind of everyone can hit. So this is a nice outing for Will Warren.
I have my own game score.
Okay.
And the Yankees, before this start by Will Warren, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Yankees' top 10 game scores of the season all belong to Rodon or Fried. And now Will Warren ties Max Fried for second place.
Okay.
Behind Max Fried.
I like that.
It's like most impressive. It's a very good game.
Yeah.
My game score is just outs minus earned runs minus half of your unearned runs.
Okay.
Very simple.
A little shared responsibility. I like that.
Yeah.
You weren't not part of it.
Yeah, you let the ball get in play, or you unraveled afterwards, or something like that. Like, you have to blame for a run.
Okay.
The best pitchers pick up their defense and clear the board. Or they didn't load the bases before the error, So Max Fried has 23 because he went 8 innings, 0 earned runs. That's just straight 23 outs, no minuses.
Okay.
And then Will Warren now, 21 pointer. He got 22 outs, 1 earned run.
Correct.
Yeah, and Max Fried has gotten 7 innings, no earned runs twice, but he didn't get that extra out in the 8th.
Right. That matters.
Does. Saves the bullpen. So great job by Will Warren. Young William Warren.
Glad. Early settler. Settling in. Hopefully. God, kind of need him in a big way.
Yes.
Next start against Seattle, so he misses the Mets series. And
Seattle.
That's okay. And maybe it's just like the West Coast trip that changed his life. Like a lot of Americans have that,
Young William Warren headed west and found himself.
The youth is going to save us, Jim. And I'm sorry, Katie, but the pride of the Yankees is Jasson Dominguez.
Jasson Dominguez. Why, Jake?
Had the 3 homers in the first game. 7 RBI, 6 runs scored. He kind of had a field day. He had 2 hits in this final game. No hit, but a run scored in the middle game.
And dropped that ball or didn't catch it.
Smartly didn't let that ball past him, is what Booney would tell us. But yeah, I'm gonna poo-poo the poo-poo here because youngest Yankee to do something means there's a lot of history. It means you have to be good enough to get an opportunity, and you have to get it done. And if you knock Joe D out, that matters for something. I think if I knock Joe DiMaggio out of a record book, that'd probably be the first thing I'd open with.
There's many of records you have over DiMaggio. Don't sweat that.
Name one.
Most shits taken in Connecticut. Name starting J. Last name starting.
See? No. If you stopped it right there, there's no chance.
Wait.
Joe D's bowel movements in Connecticut? You're out of your mind.
You have done that more than Joe.
I don't know. You said for one day. I think Joe laps me. You imagine how he was eating?
For one day.
There was one day in there. Connecticut, one day, first name with J. So, comment below.
I don't even know he was in Connecticut that much.
When he was pooping.
In permanent residence.
Gnarly. Congrats to Jasson Dominguez. Another JD knocks off JD. And he's been awesome, man. It's the whole conversation. Let's see what the right side turns into. Hopefully there will be a mark at some point where those at bats consistently and feel better. I mean, to go 431 from the right side, it means the power's in that bat. It's just an experience thing. So it's going to be interesting to see come the trade deadline as we start eyeing team needs. How much does that climb up the list and what's available, and will it not? Will they just let it ride and hopefully the progression of 6 months gets him to a better at bat from the right side?
He's also just awesome from the left side, so it's like I don't even care.
Right. You will come playoff time against the lefty.
Yeah. For like the moment, I care. For his career, he's a legit hitter from the left side. So it's a race to see if the right side can hit or just scrap it, and he can be like all the other top five. Like if you're hitting in the top five of the lineup, you're not a platoon guy, and just hit lefties from the left side. Like he's so good. Why doesn't I don't think we need to be doing the righty stuff, but I'll give you the rest of this year.
Yeah, I think you give him a little more than that. I think I know you like the Cedric example a lot, but you can
that
give
was
him
a few years into his career.
You can give him 2 to 3 and you see where it lands.
Why? Just hit lefties from the left side.
Because it's hard to hit lefties from the left side, Pop.
But if you are, then he's bad.
But he's not.
I don't think
it can develop. Like you can let that happen over time.
I don't think it's worth the difference. If he can just hit lefties from the left side
but he can't. That's the whole reason guys don't do it.
Well, he never tried because he's a switch hitter.
Right.
There's a lot of lefties that are everyday players.
Yep.
And he's supposed to be this guy. And I think he is.
He is.
So yeah, playoffs, if he's swinging from the right side, obviously it doesn't get better. But I think he's a stud is what I'm saying no matter what. So I'm not worried about it. They should just scratch it at some point if you can. Because he looks like a different hitter.
Yeah. A lot more reps.
Like, I don't count that home run. Nor do I count Beavis's hit.
Okay.
Off that curveball.
That's fine.
So, like, not for the records or anything like that, but, like, for me thinking, like, oh, Beavis got a hit. that might be something. No, he got a like, that's the best hit for his swing path.
Yeah. There's, unfortunately, a lot of that in 2 blowout games this series, but...
I know.
Pride of the Yankees. Come on.
I'm saying he's a stud. I'm not worried about the switch hitting because I think he can hit lefties from the left side. He's that good of a hitter from the left side.
Right.
Like, you know who's crushing righties from the right side? Judge.
Sure.
Goldie. Good hitters can hit. Yankee MFer, I'm going to go quick with this one.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Because I don't really think it demands a lot of conversation. I'm just going Hamilton. It was just like it was bad. it was the most sour taste of this series in my mouth and like the least fun I had. I was like, dude, throw a fucking strike. The first strike call he got was a bad call. It was off the plate, called strike. So like he still hadn't thrown one. Wasn't into that at all.
Yeah, it was the outing felt dumpy. And yeah, at the same time, he's last batter. If he gets a chance, who knows what would have happened because Matzik ends up getting popped too. But yeah, I don't know that when Ian Hamilton is good, his fastball runs and is at 95, 96, and he didn't have that. So
yeah,
not sure what that was. Interested to see the next time he's out. But yeah, it was a horrible watch.
I agree.
Who's
your MFer? Where are you going?
My MFer. Let's see. No, can't do it to him. He pitched in 2 games. I'll just go Matzik, dude. That was the worst time. Back-to-back innings. We should be telling a different story. And I was telling you the other day, I forget if it was at the warehouse. By the way, go check out our Warehouse Challenges channel. Every Monday, new video comes out. Pretty electric.
I caught a 90 mile per hour pitch with no glove on.
Look at that. Take that.
It was a blitz ball.
Take that, Joe DiMaggio. Go check it out. It's really good content. Warehouse Challenges. Dude, I was telling you at the warehouse, I was like, Matzik, they've only allowed him to pitch and slop. There's been a couple times he's been up to come into a competitive game. This was kind of the first one he came into. And he's got the left on left, and he gets popped, and then he gets popped by the next batter. And it's, when we signed Tyler Matzik, it was, hey, I've been looking for a lefty in that Yankees bullpen. We love Tim Hill. He's a fun party trick. Would love a power lefty. Dreaming of Matzik with like the slider and the... Just hasn't had that feel to it, and the fact that he's been a mop-up guy means you don't have another lefty in the pen. Like, you just have a mop-up guy. So, yeah, disappointed in what I've seen from Matzik, and I haven't seen anything that feels like we could pop up in a month and be like, ooh, Matzik's found it, huh?
Dude, is he a one-inning mop-up guy?
I mean, kinda.
Right now.
I mean, his game log is kind of tough.
He hasn't been put in like a spot yet, right?
That was it. That was his spot.
The closest.
I mean, when Loiziga comes back, if there's no moves before that, it's probably going to be Matzik and Yeri stays.
Yeah.
If you're not graduating to being able to pitch in close situations, you better have a length, and I don't think he does.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if they think there's a long-term play with Matzik. Yeri has the options, which that always seems to win out, and who knows what injuries happen between now and then. But, yeah, I don't... Like, there hasn't been the day that it's like, ooh, Matzik came in and he was pumping 98. Maybe that slider's going to come around more. Like, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. All right. Those were the MFers. Now, regular on awards.
You go first then?
I do go first. We always kind of say this, Jake, but there is a topic that sprung to mind, and it's more of a second award, so I might wait on it and let you snake them if you want.
I've got a good second award too. Easy with the snake stuff. Because we're going back to it. That's twice.
What?
You got outsnaked.
I wasn't going to say it that time.
You were saying it. We got
I was going to say, you're a smart guy.
We got replay. Yeah, replay. It's ball stuck.
I'm glad you didn't die in a car accident your senior year of high school award. And this is a layup.
I'm glad you didn't. Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge,
Right?
yes. A layup.
I agree.
Beebs, I don't know if you can get footage that I texted you onto the screen, but it's of Judge had he died in a car accident his senior year of high school and been zipped up in a body bag in the hospital. If you can get that up at any point,
At any point.
it's a scary what if because he's one of the best hitters ever.
Right.
500 average this series, 533 on base. He's had it's just crazy.
Yeah.
What's he doing, Jake?
I don't know. I teeter a line. Some people say I'm always joking.
There he is.
Oh, God.
See? So that's Aaron Judge. And he's not actually dead. They're faking it. It's a PSA against drinking and driving. And, dude, I can't believe that this is like a reenactment and they actually zip it over his head fully.
Yeah, do you remember? I mean, I think this was just Judge, the crew, and everyone agreed, like, oh, if he can fit in the bag, we got to see if we can zip it, right?
Yeah.
Also, dude, do you remember they would do those in high school and they would go all out? Like kids covered in fake blood and they would have the car crashed on the softball field and stuff. It was kind of nuts.
Yeah, I did that. It's called every 15 minutes. And mine, I was 07 and that's Judge was 2010. He's Linden, California, and I was Livermore, California. So I think we had the same like company.
Oh, wow. Probably, right?
Like come in and put on the production because I found that video a long time ago. I was rewatching it the other day, and I was like, yeah, this is exactly what my high school did. Because I was with Cohen and Rob, and they were like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is crazy. And I was like, my high school did this exact thing. They would come around and kill someone in your class every 15 minutes. Like the Grim Reaper would come in. And then they had fake funerals and like their parents came in to read to the auditorium, fake as if the person's dead. It was like wild. So anyway, Judge died in his schools.
And he's been
I'm
great.
glad he didn't. That's the whole award. I'm glad he did not.
He's been great.
Because he helps my favorite team win games. Oh,
that's what matters. Yeah, I've, seeing him come into today with that 396 batting average was the first. Judge probably doesn't hit 400 this year. I can admit that. I'm a big enough man by being a little man. But I don't know that. I mean, what did we watch these first couple of months, like weeks of the season? It was so impressive in the contact hitting, and we saw it again on this final day. Another 4-hit day, which when you think about it, like from what we see from Judge and what other teams see from Judge, you'd almost think that shouldn't be on the table. like you should be willing to walk him and not even provide the opportunity to have 4 hits. Yeah, it's he's been awesome. I'm glad he didn't die either.
Makes 2 of us. Beebs, do you want to join?
I'm definitely in on being glad he did not die.
Okay. Comment if you are.
Happy Mother's Day, Patty, if you're tuning in.
She's in the video. They have they have it when they go to his parents' house to let him know he died, and they're all acting, obviously.
Right.
How about Judge? Did you think it was a little mean-spirited when he went to second today, 6-0, and they've just been picking on the A's outfield left and right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna get you guys.
Leday and Soderstrom. Yeah, I don't know what his meter is when he's gonna do that. He was diving for balls today. Dude, Judge must be feeling the best he's felt. Like there's been a visible change.
Yeah, maybe like everyone else in that video
from
his hometown was at the game.
It's been all year, but maybe it was something with the video.
They said, I listened to the audio at the very end as I was driving home from my mom's house today. And I think they read the slash line of his versus Oakland and the Athletics. and it was very good because it does feel like he always play. They're like, yeah, Judge is back home and he's playing real well, like tears it up.
Yeah, kills.
And he just does it everywhere now.
Yeah, I was gonna say Seattle's in the mix there. I was debating like a no stage fright award because it was again Jeff Nelson. Shackle hit him with I guess Jeff Nelson's from the Baltimore area, and he was like, Nelly, did you like playing games when you were in Baltimore? He said, no, it was awful. I had to trade trade all my teammates for tickets, and then if you have a bad game, you got to hang out with 30 people. Like, yeah, that does stink.
Yeah.
Not for Judge, though.
He's awesome, dude. I'm really glad he's alive.
I'm going to give out the White Flag Award, and it's brought to you by LinkedIn. Jim, our friends at LinkedIn, if you're a small business owner, you don't have the luxury of clocking out 24/7. So when you're hiring, you need a partner that grinds like you do. LinkedIn clocks in and they don't clock out. They are looking for qualified candidates, and you can find them and manage them all in one place. LinkedIn will help you with job descriptions. God, those can be brutal. My goodness. And with LinkedIn, you can feel confident that you're getting the best. So find out why more than 2.5 million small businesses use LinkedIn for hiring today. Find your next great hire on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Yanks. That's linkedin.com/Yanks to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
The White Flag Award?
White flag.
Two ways I am guessing.
Okay. It's in a good way. And I think I've given out this award before in Talking Yanks history.
What'd you say? You've given it out before.
I've given out this award in Talking Yanks history before.
No, before that. It's in a good way?
I don't have my ears on, dog. I can't hear you.
Jake doesn't have his ears on. Beebs, did he say in a good way?
Who'd you guess?
He asked if you gave it out in a good way.
Oh, yeah, always.
I just can't believe this would be it. Yeri De Los Santos.
No.
Okay,
Jim.
Ben Rice.
You don't get the point. You just trust your heart, man. This award is being passed because Jim, your thought process was right. And I'm glad you didn't die in that accident with Judge either.
I wasn't there.
There is one person who I think passes this award down. And he's kind of got a little old man look at my life a little bit. I believe. Look at my life. Jim, you like history and you like when awards are followed up, so please focus. This award, I believe, was given to Lucas Licky.
It's been given to Justin Wilson. I think it was in a bad way. I think he gave it in a bad way.
He's in the Red Sox bullpen pitching big innings. We're gonna see Justin Wilson this year.
Red Sox, more like dead Sox.
Car crash. Hey, it's a blowout lead. Let's go catch the flight. You're hitting leadoff. You're one of the best players on our team right now. Why don't you pop behind the dish for an inning? Ben Rice, if the Yankees got a blowout in a lead, he pops behind the dish to catch for an inning.
Okay, so Ben Rice was my second award that I was saying, and I have a much bigger conversation than that about him catching.
Okay.
And I'll rip Band-Aid. New thought. Giancarlo Stanton comes back. Escargon, Ben Rice, starting catcher.
Starting?
Splitting. Because if he can catch, who do you want in the lineup? Rice or Wells? If he's continuing to hit, Rice, Stanton, Goldie, Wells, Stanton, Goldie. I think they're putting him behind the dish more and more and more because that is a thought process that they split time behind the dish. If he can catch the ball, he should catch over Wells right now, the way he's hitting.
Yeah, I think I like the Yankees doing that as a dream option for the end of the year. I think the fact that they're only letting him do it in double-digit blowouts in the last inning means they have very little confidence currently.
I don't think they have great confidence. I think Austin Wells is a really good catcher of the ball. He's not having a good offensive year. He doesn't feel like a presence in the box at all, Wellesley, right now. And I was just like, why do they keep putting Rice in these games? And why does Booney keep telling us he's doing the catcher drills with the catchers and in the catcher meetings and all this? And one of the biggest conundrums that I got asked at a family party and by someone was, how can they play Stan when he's back? And I was like, well, it's a combo of one of the three will always sit. Rice, Goldie, and Stan. If it's a lefty, Stanton and Goldie play. If it's a righty, you go Rice and Goldie, blah, blah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, wait, if the defensive trade-off isn't that much, the much better lineup is Rice behind the dish over Wells.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a big if on the
Right.
defensive trade-off. But I was like, oh, shit, man. Is that an option? They got to the end of the month. I don't know.
yeah, I think Rice catching wise it would currently be at game 4. Boone gets a veto vote, and they could put Rice at catcher to start a game. I think there's a lot that needs to play out before then. And Wells, I know what you're saying. The numbers are not great, but it's still early in a baseball season, and he has a positive OPS plus, so it's not like it's been DED dead.
No, I mean it's all slug. Like there's no
Right.
day in day out of it.
Correct.
It was just I'm not like dying on this hill. It was just the first time I even had that thought,
Right.
and I've been asked about the Stanton situation a ton.
Yeah.
And it was the first time it went into my head like, oh, shit. Well, that is, dude, if he can catch, like that is a much better lineup. And I hadn't had that thought, hadn't even been an inkling of a thought. And I hadn't seen it anywhere else. So I just wanted to share it.
Okay.
I was like, I'm going to think on that one.
Yeah. Him and, Stanton and, well, we're seeing it a little bit from Lasagna. But yeah, I think they're currently on the Yankees World Series timeline, which I always think it's funny. We view it as fans. Everyone from the outside world views it in a different way. But, the Yankees we've seen the Yankees front office peacock a little bit just by showing up to a one-game wild card and getting beat by their rivals. I bet the Yankees front office feels pretty damn good coming off a World Series trip, which I know a lot of Yankee fans, that probably doesn't sit right with them. But they think they're going back to the dance, and they'll draw something like that out as long as possible.
Yeah. Interesting thought I had.
Okay.
Let's see. The offense is so ballooned that like the series numbers are kind of just like for the audience at home, Cody Bellinger hit 300, Volpe hit 308, Wells hit 333. It's like everyone hit because they scored 22 runs in the 2 wins and 6 runs, 28 runs over 3.
A lot.
Nobody's got bad hitting numbers, really.
Yeah. Goodbye, Jorbit Vivas.
Oh.
No, that's not the award.
Oh.
But come back with a quicker swing, and we can agree. I will give out the Pirate.
Question mark at the end?
Yeah.
Pirate?
Sleepy Pirate Award.
I had a guess before Sleepy. Anything Sleepy gives me a lean towards a certain character.
Does the Sleepy get rid of the question mark?
Yeah.
It's no longer a question?
Now, what was any of that?
Was yawning.
Oswald Peraza.
No. Yarby. Yar.
Oh, okay. I thought you had Peraza as a future Pirate, but I get it.
No, I want to give Yarby some love.
Sure.
Look what I can do against the A's. Yes Network put up his pitch mix, and I was like, that's not true. He just throws funky pitches from a funky arm slot, and no one knows.
Oh, okay. You're there.
He had like a 5-pitch mix. No, kind of joking, but like I can't really tell the difference between his pitches.
Yeah.
It's just all kind of funk from a weird angle and lefty.
Maybe that's a short we should do is what does Yes Network label this Yarbrough pitch? Because you're right. Sometimes I see it hit the zone, and I'm like, is that a changeup or a sweeper?
Him and Clark would be my 2 pitchers that you would do that with. What do you think of this one's called? And it'd be like, spinner? Which is what Boone says about Clark's post games all the time. He spun the ball real good. Like, just don't know what it was. It was spinning. Yarbrough goes 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. Balls in play, baby. Only 2 strikeouts. Don't care. Only 67 pitches. Like, it was like Warren. It was pretty breezy. His game score on my Jimmy's game score, it isn't amazing, but it's good. It's a 13. Not horrible. I mean, Cookie had some that were worse than that. So did Will Warren, to be honest. But is he in the rotation? More so, that was going to be the question mark part of it. Like, is he in the rotation? Did Boone say that? I didn't hear any audio. Is it not talked about?
I think they're saying that things are still fluid. I think they're investing time into Will Warren, the same with Dominguez getting righty at bats. And they have off days coming up that I think I don't think Yarbrough has a start lined up in the next 10 days unless something goes awry. So with the off days before the Mets series and after the next series, I wouldn't expect to see him Texas end of May, but probably a bullpen outing when they need it.
How long can they go for, man?
So they currently have it listed at Fangraphs, which isn't always completely accurate, but it's Schmidt, Fried, Will Warren. Off day, Rodon, Schmidt, Fried for the Mets series. Yup. And then it's off day, and then it has Will Warren listed again that if they wanted to or didn't want to do that. But I do think they wanted their 3 MLB dudes for the Mets series.
That's cool. I like the way they worked that, and they could have kept Cookie around to give him like this one and then go to that 4-man. But obviously Warren giving it to Yarbrough was better and more fruitful. And I do think that's what we've got here. Now you've got more options before you have to make the big move or, heel is really starting to look. Not that I think Yarbrough will even ride it out to heel, but you got that option. If Warren's giving you innings, like it's a possibility.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Yarbrough. He pitched well. He kind of earned the opportunity, or the other guys just lost the opportunity. I mean, Carrasco pitched to exactly who he was last year. It didn't feel as vintage as we heard. And then for Yarbrough, I mean, yeah, it's funky. I'm sure there's going to be a bad one or two that happen, but like, I don't know. The A's were a beautiful matchup for him. Like I was laughing when I saw Andujar up with a runner on first because I was like, Andujar's going to chase something slightly out of the zone, and it's either going to find a hole or be hit right at someone for a double play, and it was a double play ball. So that's Yarbrough's going to be able to survive outings, which it felt like Carrasco was not. And yeah, this is I mean, it's not how I wanted to use a true long man, but in previous years of Talking Yanks, I've asked Boone, I've been like, hey, do you guys miss having like a long reliever? And Yarbrough was that guy, and now by pitching decently and someone else pitching very bad, it's kind of like a cool story. He hasn't had a true... I mean, when was Yarbrough's last true like starting gig? I mean, kind of never. I had
Dodgers
21 with the Rays. He started 21 games. It's tough.
Yeah. That is crazy.
So hey, it's got a chance to become a really cool Yankee story if he starts like shoving.
How many ex-Yankees have pitched against the Yankees? Have they just clobbered all of them?
Been a lot, right?
Well, the Heen dog got us, but
Yeah.
Oh, so did Sears. So white lefties,
Okay.
struggling with those guys. But they crushed Nestor. They crushed Wandy. The more lefties with some Latin in their roots.
Okay.
And they crushed Sevi.
Okay.
They've had to have faced others.
I feel like there's been a good amount this year.
That's what I felt like too. But now I don't remember. Maybe I never will. Chad Green, didn't they beat him up pretty bad?
Oh, the goose.
Didn't someone homer off him?
I don't know.
I think Oswaldo might have homered off him. Or was it Dominguez?
let's see. Homer in the game 2 of a doubleheader. Green. JC Escar's homer was off Chad.
Oh, brutal.
He crushed that ball.
Oh, what about Dennis Santana, Beebs?
He did crush that ball.
Did he pitch well against the Yanks?
Dennis Santana on Mother's Day?
Dennis Santana, game log.
Come on.
2 games against the Yankees, 1 scoreless, 1 with an earned run, no homers.
Okay.
There's a double.
Dylan Tate faced him. Lou Trevino. That's all I got. Your award, young Jake?
Let's take a seat, kid.
Take a seat, kid. You giving that to Yorbit Bebus?
I'm not. A lot of your beat this episode. Might be the last for a little bit.
Yeah, got to get him in.
Yeah, I know.
Volpe?
No, I did. I wanted to give Volpe a positive award. We'll talk about it. I guess we'll talk about it in a
You
second.
did?
Yes. Why'd you say it like that?
Because I'm getting frustrated with his defense.
I know.
And get thrown out third.
Yeah, they're testing Miss Soderstrom. They were testing him all series. Volpe's the only one they got. No, the sit-down kid, it goes to Paul Goldschmidt. We haven't been talking about Paul Goldschmidt enough, frankly, because he gets lapped by Judge, unfortunately, and then everything else is quirky, so we kind of talk about that. The American League batting title race. It's been a lot of Aaron Judge, who's been hitting above 500. Paul Goldschmidt has been dueling it out with young Jacob Wilson, the A's starting shortstop. Goldie, going 3 for 5 in the last game, passes Jacob Wilson, who went 0 for 4. Jacob Wilson now sits at 348. Paul Goldschmidt now sits at 349. Sit down, kid. Respect your elders. Goldschmidt probably played against his dad. Boom, roasted.
Jacob Wilson only has 8 strikeouts, though.
No strikeouts, no walks. No need.
8 strikeouts, 7 walks.
Why bother?
I'm a hit. They are in a battle for second.
Wait, hold on.
Judge.
Jack Wilson, his dad, retired in 2012. Goldie came up in 2011.
Do you think they faced each other?
It would have been in those 2 years, Jack Wilson played on Atlanta and Seattle, and Paul was on the Diamondbacks, so yeah, probably.
Well, he faced Bryce Wilson, Justin Wilson, CJ Wilson, Brian Wilson, Steven Wilson, and Alex Wilson, but not Jack Wilson.
Are those all pitchers?
Yes.
Okay. Jack Wilson was an infielder.
Well, how could they have faced each other?
In the game.
Oh.
When 2 teams go against each other?
They played each
I know.
other in late April of 2012.
Look at that.
So that's cool.
Played against the father and his son, and then he just dunked on him in this final game.
He said, hey, my dad played with you. And goalie said, I don't remember him.
Don't talk to me.
Your batting stance is funky.
And they played in the same game
Same.
in June. But only
Wilson's
one.
got one of them batting stances. Looks like he's got poop.
Maybe he does.
Some play best
Kind of ball and
when
play
they do.
Everything's ball and play.
with them.
Well, inside. Hey, the thing I want to compliment Volpe on, it was 1 at bat in this game. We've gone through a lot of Volpe stats and weirdisms from last year. Dude, this is a little thing. He had a 2-0 count. He got a fastball. He swung at it hard. It was a single through the hole. And there was way too many stats from last year, the third time through and just having good hitter counts that we haven't seen Volpe. It's been one of the frustrations that it's like, hey, these are the counts you should be winning in. So I liked that.
I can like that. I can appreciate that.
Yeah. Hidden hitters counts.
Yeah. All those splits are true besides that at bat. Still to this year.
Yep.
Which is crazy, right? The third time is so very bizarre to me.
Bizarre.
Anyone we missed didn't get an award, could have gotten an award. Their families listening and will be mad if we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, again, the only thing that hitting-wise you really could have went sour on was, I mean, Trent doesn't have a great offensive series, and some of the center field stuff was weird. But we talked about that kind of off the rip.
Yeah, Belly didn't get talked about either. But he's kind of quietly picking up steam, or am I wrong?
Yeah, it's all been good for 3 weeks now.
It's now like
Yeah, is there like a butter knife on Belly?
period or so?
Billy.
I'll try to pull one together. It's not going to have today in it, but his last 13 games before today, 304 batting average, 400 on base, 965 OPS. That's good, huh?
That's good. We like that.
And then that's probably he got a day off on April 24th. And then April 25th is where, like, for all future belly butter knives, you should start.
Okay. Noted. Is Waldo, I think at one point was 0 for 20. He breaks that up, but that's not good.
Who even noticed?
Right?
Peraza homered.
Peraza homered.
It was a cool homer.
Peraza homered.
Reyes.
You got to hit.
Davis goes down because he's got options, right, for DJ?
I believe Vibus is going down. I mean, yeah.
Go ahead, you can finish.
No, Pablo's technically flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted a conversation I wanted to have before we do. Does this matter? Just quickly. Mariners. Who are we facing? Righty, lefty, because I just want to kind of prep myself a little bit.
All
Who we're
righties.
facing. All righties.
Emerson Hancock, your guy.
Is he having a good year? I don't know who that is.
Brian Wu and Luis Castillo.
What?
Hancock's not having a good year.
That stinks.
It's okay.
No Gilbert?
I think they're banged up.
Yeah, the other guy is hurt too, right?
Kirby.
And Bryce?
We're missing Bryce. I think he pitched today.
Damn, dude. Judge versus Bryce is a home run. Okay. Yeah, Gilbert and all right. So all righties, their whole rotation is righties. So the outfield conversation it becomes one of the lefties has to sit between Trent, Belly, and Dominguez every game.
Yeah, I wonder, maybe you could give Goldie a day. I'm going to see if anyone's got crazy splits. Woo's really tough. His fastball is awesome. It'd be a great Belly at first day, but they're not going to do that.
It'd be Rice at first, Judge DH. Right.
Oh, righties are pretty bad against Woo. I don't know. I think Trent is in this kind of almost a daring Boone to bench him mode, that he's like okay with it. He's like, yeah, if you need me to lead off and home run, I will. If you need me to sleep, I will also do that.
If one of them was going to go to Boone, and if Boone was taking personal feelings into account,
right?
He knows Trent's the first, like, hey, Trent, got you down today. And Trent just nods. So maybe that.
Yeah.
Well, Dominguez probably sits against Wu. You just said righties were bad against him, right?
Yeah, but he'll be hitting lefty.
He's a lefty. He's a lefty. I was thinking the lefty pitcher for a second. I got flipped up.
It's okay.
Yeah, so that's interesting. DJ's going to come up, and he's going to play for... He's going to get a start at second.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's Peraza, who's a righty. Oswaldo should start all three at third, lefty. He'll be hitting lefty. So Peraza and DJ at second.
Yeah.
All right. And we have Fried, Clark, Rodon?
Clark, Fried, Will Warren, right?
Well, young William Warren.
Oh.
All right. Interesting. Jake, do these stats matter? Yankees pitchers have an in-zone rate of just 18% this season, which is the lowest in Major League Baseball.
What's in-zone rate?
Throwing strikes. Only 18% of their pitches are in the zone. That can't be true.
That can't be true.
I don't know. I can't click on it, but that can't be true.
Okay. That could matter. I'm not familiar with the stat.
Me neither. Okay. The percentage of pitches a hitter swings at while the ball is still in the zone.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Trent Grisham is slugging .836 against starting pitchers this season. Best in Major League Baseball among hitters with at least 57 total plate appearances.
It's mattered.
And here we are saying sit him against the starters and pinch hit him later.
I mean, what are his pinch hitting stats?
Probably really good. Right-handed batters are hitting just 174 against Carlos Rodon this season. Second best among AL starters.
You know, Rodon probably should have got talked about more. We've done the one pitch thing a little bit. It is funny that, you know, basically Rodon is a 3-run homer potential in each start, and if he misses it, it's an amazing start. If he gives it up, it's a not as amazing start.
Yeah, I mean, he had to let the base runners on too.
Right, that's the whole.
Brent Rooker, but this was the bunt and like that ground ball just out of reach. Like these weren't walks.
No, he's pitching really well. He got by one of the best hitters in baseball at the minor league park.
Ooh, toasted. Yankees relief pitchers have allowed an OPS of just 312 with 2 strikes this season.
Seems good.
I don't think it matters because the relief pitchers get in trouble before they get 3 strikes, like Matzik.
Toasted.
Fucking Hamilton.
Toasted.
Yankees pitchers have walked 2% of batters when facing the leadoff batter in the inning over the past 7 days, which is the best in Major League Baseball.
That feels good. And I was going to mention this with Will Warren before, and we're small sample size still in the season, but yeah, it felt like him and Clark got read the first pitch Miranda rights again. And for Clark, it's such a no-brainer because he kind of has double play ball stuff, so like attack early.
Will Warren's sinker was awesome in the zone, first pitch. Like, it had a lot of dip to it, First time his pitch mix was sinker heavy over the four seam, which was cool. Left-handed batters are hitting .419 against Yankees relief pitchers over the past 7 days.
That sounds bad.
And that's maybe why you want more lefties.
I love what Tim Hill is. I'm excited. I started daydreaming today of the evolution of the Yankees bullpen.
Mitt. Tim Hill backwards. What's the dream?
Limit.
Limit.
You can't limit Tim Hill.
Ooh, Tim Hill has no limit.
We need a lefty reliever or a guy that gets lefties out at a high level. But the bullpen becomes, again, we want to daydream of a bullpen where everyone's wipeout and nasty, and it's not how it works, kind of. But if we can have a nice brand of like from Sharkey to Loizaga to Weave to Will. Like, remember when everyone was just hard sinker? It was like, okay, like it felt like we were tapping the next guy into the bullpen and they were the same pitcher. Like, it does feel like, even though it's heavy righty, it's a lot of different pitchers that I enjoy that, yeah, get me another lefty with Tim Hill and I'm in.
Okay. Next step, we'll make the full list of lefties.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Okay. All right. Next series, they're playing the Mariners. Seattle. Judge will homer. Once, maybe twice. Marine layer. Knocked on wood for all you pathetics out there. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Comment below if you're pathetic.
I am.
I've been.
Time to time.
Watch Nona's this weekend.
Nona's?
Nona.